So let's go ahead and get started. If we can, Marley's going to hit the record button, which she has done. Thank you so much, Marley. So let's go through. For those of you who have joined us previously, we just run through a couple of the basics on the slides about our organization and just letting you know what your benefits are. We are the destination marketing organization for the region, inviting visitors to our area in many, many ways. In order to do that, we have partners, and we have about 1,500 partners, and we offer some great benefits from website and events listings, extranet access to those, specifically to your listings on the website. We have a toolkit with all the branding information that can assist you with, again, helping to message out that look and that brand, and then co-op marketing, which is what we're here today to talk about. Tourism development, product development, so much of the area that continues to grow in development and reflects tourism and bringing more visitors to our area for a lot of different reasons. Our social media has continued to grow exponentially. Actually, in 2020, it grew tremendously, and we'll talk about that. Partner referrals, our visitor center is open 7 days a week. We're open Monday through Saturday. Now, we're open currently, we're open at 9:30 to 4:30, Monday through Saturday, and then on Sundays, 11 to 3. Those hours may increase here in the next month as our summer travel starts to kick up. Networking opportunities. This is a great networking opportunity here. Again, in person is always better, but this is a great opportunity to have everyone come together. And then tourism advocacy. We're always working with elected leaders to position tourism in the best way possible to continue to impact this region with economic development and impact. And then tourism resources. So we're here to provide you with the resources, which hopefully many of you are getting what we call our travel post. It gives you a lot of good information about what we're anticipating coming up or anything that we can do to provide you with resources as well. So Marley, let's go ahead and kick this off through just a little bit of background again in our footprint. So our footprint includes the 2 cities of Roanoke and Salem. It also includes the counties of Botetourt and Roanoke and Franklin. And within that, and even outside of our area, we have about 1,500 partners. Any of the partners that we have in our footprint are funding partners from our localities who provide us with funding to market the region. Partners have an opportunity to be with us for free. Those partners outside of the region do pay a dues, but we're excited to be able to represent the entire region and encourage visitors to come to Virginia's Blue Ridge. But it's all about working collaboratively and keeping our businesses and our destination unique, vibrant, and more attractive. So it's all important to have those partners involved. Go ahead, Marley. So again, tourism, what does it mean? I'm always a very visual person, and it means bringing in business travelers, corporate travelers, couples, weddings, families, sporting events, all sorts of layers of folks are coming to visit us for a multitude of reasons. And what do? We encourage so many layers of what they do, whether it's coming to an attraction, doing some nightlife or festivals, concerts, outfitters, breweries, and wineries. It's about spending money in our area and creating those jobs and the payroll, sales tax, and meals tax and lodging tax for our region. Go ahead, Marley. So what does that impact look like for those 5 localities that we mentioned as part of our footprint? In terms of 2019 data, which we get our data in around September of the year following. So we haven't seen our 2020 numbers yet, but the glowing report here is that we had $920 million in direct travel expenditures for 2019 and employed over 8,000 people. You can see it was a tremendous impact. It was obviously a very, very good year for us. So putting that in perspective, we'll show you the next slide. You can see in 2015, we started seeing this continued growth. It's actually been 10 years of continued growth. And this will be a big change for us for 2020. and for many people, obviously. Our goal was to get to $1 billion in direct travel expenditures. We'll get there. It'll just take us a couple of more years to get there, but we see a good trend that's happening here for 2021. All right, go ahead, Marley. So just to give you a quick snapshot of Visit Virginia's Blue Ridge, because we're going to dive into a lot of digital marketing opportunities, wanted to give you kind of the perspective that we see of people, how they're coming to our website. And in 2020, we had 1.3 million unique visitors. And in 2019, we had 1.6. So we had a small decrease of visitors coming to the website, understandably. But this is the breakdown that you would find between desktop use, tablet use, and mobile use, which makes our presence on the website as well as mobile very important in terms of the layout and design work. So this is what you see, and this is how people are utilizing this website. Go ahead, Marley. So just to give you a bit of information about where are the people who are coming to our website, where are they coming from? So this is data from 2020. So it's showing Washington, D.C. Of course, we saw a big spike in interest locally through the internal market, which was an interesting shift for us, but we became quite relevant in a lot of different ways through the pandemic. We offered a lot of resources for our residents and people locally, whether it was takeout maps for restaurants, it was where you can find heated patios or outdoor patios, or where you could find some of these lesser known hikes. So we had a lot of people who were using our website for a lot of reasons. Norfolk is again the Portsmouth, the Tidewater area is big. Richmond, Raleigh, target markets for us in Charlotte. Charlottesville, New York was obviously looking for ways to kind of reach out during the pandemic. I think we saw a bigger spike in New York, Greensboro, and as well Atlanta. So those are just, again, some markets for us that we see. Just wanted to make sure that we share that with you to see if that's in line with what markets you're seeing as well. Next, Marley. So where do they go when they come to the website? What are some of the top pages? And again, this is really important information. Now, it was a little bit, maybe just a little bit different in 2020 than 2019. Of course, the homepage being the top fall color schedule. We actually saw a big spike in October of last year. We had more people coming to the website in October in 2020 than we did in 2019. And this reflects that. The fall color schedule was a big interest on a lot of people. Cabins, McAfee Knob. Our calendar of events is normally one of our top, or if not the top visited page, but of course we had a lot of events that did not occur last year. We did offer a lot of virtual events, so it stayed pretty high up there. Holiday events, fall color hikes, and you can see small towns and certainly the Blue Ridge Mountains. So again, these were the top visited pages on our website. Go ahead, Marley. So our digital assets for Virginia's Blue Ridge, what does this look like for us? So we have 1.3 million visitors, as mentioned earlier, coming to our website. Facebook has about 147,000 followers. And Instagram really spiked for us at 45,000 followers. And then we have an newsletter that folks have subscribed to, which is over 32,000 people who want and are eager to get more information about what we're offering for the region. And then we've really started to try to get more focus on our YouTube as well as through Twitter. We do have a LinkedIn, and I believe we have a Pinterest as well, but just wanted to give you sort of an overview of what this looks like for us. And this will, again, play into the co-op marketing as well. So in terms of engagement for 2020, most people, again, not out and about, most people being home. We saw an increase of 30% overall over 2019 in terms of social media engagement. Facebook was 17%, but I mentioned earlier, the increase for Instagram was 64%. everything we did, we tried to make visual, continue to keep people excited about the opportunity to get out and enjoy the region. So our Instagram page is extremely viable, and the images we keep very, very high quality, and continues to engage folks to the area. So we encourage partners to really take a look at that and see if you can engage with our social media, and hashtag and continue to keep that messaging kind of continued on through your audiences. YouTube, again, an increase, Pinterest, Twitter, and Google. So again, this has been a really good way of filtering people to our website. So we are always trying to get people, how do we get their attention and then get them to the new content that we've either created or you've helped us to position ourselves with that new content on social media as well as on our website. Okay. Marley, I'm going to turn it over to you to give folks an opportunity to know about the extranet.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thank you all for joining us this morning. I see some familiar faces. I see some new faces, which is always exciting. So thank you all. So what I'm going to be covering today is basically how you're able to go in and update your information on the website, your listing. So when you go onto the home page, this is where you're going to be finding the partner extranet, again, where you're logging in, updating information like your hours of operation, your pictures, your listing description. This is where you go. You're going to scroll down to the bottom of the website. So that, again, this is on the home page. You're going to click that partner extranet button, and that'll take you straight to this login page. I got some people in the waiting room. Let me admit them really quick. All right, awesome. Sorry about that. And so again, here, this is where you're going to be updating your information or letting people know just the sweet spot, the information that's going to entice them to then click more and see and go to your website and your social media. So again, making sure that we have your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, where you're located so they can type into their Google Maps. This is where they can go. Amenities, again, hours of operations, maybe you don't take Amex, things like that. This is the information that people are looking for. So definitely get in the extranet and see when the last time you updated your listing was, and take a look at those pictures and make sure that they are clean and crisp and clear. And again, would want to entice someone to click further and see more information about what you have to offer. And then to go along with that, you're also able to submit your events on the extranet. And Holly Martin on our staff is so incredible and so helpful in helping the partners, making sure that their events are updated, they are good to go, because of course with 2020 last year, we had a lot of cancellations, postponements, people go virtual, and Holly was incredible in making sure all of that information was up on the site. So again, this is another way you're able to do it straight from the website. You can submit an event, or it's also in the extranet. Everything lives in the extranet, and I highly, highly encourage everyone to check out, again, what's in there and update your listing, update your pictures. And if you have any questions at all, please email me, call me, and again, we'll set up a time to walk through it. And I'm here and happy to help at any time. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Marley. I think what's important to note here is that we found that a lot of our partners will come in and get a basic listing, and we just really want them to fill it out with more images. 2 to 3, 4 images makes a big difference. Getting that description down is helpful. And then we found that we can put partners into other areas that might be another good fit for them. Whether it's Kids Square, for example, who can be as an attraction, but they can also be as a unique venue. So that those are some things that we want to make sure that you're getting multiple opportunities for multiple listings if it applies to you. So be sure that you look around the website, see if there's something else that applies to you, and we'd love to kind of get that set up for you as well. I noticed Alex North was on here, and I think we spent about with Explore Park maybe several minutes and have repositioned a lot of what Explore Park offers in multiple ways throughout the entire website. So it works well to have some one-on-one opportunities as well. So let's dive into really quickly the media kit. I want to say too that this media kit is going to and lives on our partnership page on our website. So when we follow up with you from this presentation, we will send this to you along with the agreement form. And Leah will also send some information to us. We actually have and I sent yesterday in the follow-up email about today's meeting, a link to a number of her offerings. So she'll cover those as well. So if we go through this quickly, just know that we will follow up with you on this, and I'm happy to set up a separate meeting to go over some things that might work best for you in different ways. So let's go ahead and get started through this. And I would be remiss in saying if we would love for you to stay through the end of today's presentation. Leah has brought to us today 2 months of a featured listing on our website. So we're excited to be able to offer that. So we're going to, Marley's going to show us how she's going to spin the wheel and choose a participant today. So looking forward to that. So here's what we wanted to we always want to share this. As we mentioned earlier, events are important, your listings are important, the branding is important, but also wanted to point out at the very bottom of this, take note in the fact that in 2020, we had a lot of opportunity for media mentions. Your content helps us drive the story ideas. So that's incredibly important, whether it's Southern Living or Men's Journal or Condé Nast. It's important that we continue to get great information and content from you in order to drive our story ideas and pitches to various media. So Taylor Spellman is the contact for that. Just wanted to make sure that everybody knew there is a level of opportunities from a free standpoint. So just wanted to make sure that everyone knows that these are some great opportunities to stay engaged with what we're doing. All right, let's jump in, Marley. So here's a couple of opportunities. These are similar to what we've done in the past, and there might be a couple of new ones, but a lot of this, for those of you who have seen our media kit in the past, this is a refresher. And you'll note that we've got some new engagement through some of our numbers. So if you wanted to be, let's say your business, a part of our e-newsletter, which again, we've had folks who sign up to stay engaged with our content, and we send out an e-newsletter once a month. In addition to that, we'll send out a newsletter specific to niche markets. And in May and August, we'll have an outdoors focus. So everyone who signed up for an e-newsletter who wanted something that was focused on the outdoors, we have the opportunity to send that out in May and August. Arts and culture is in October. And then you can see the numbers beside that. That's how many people have requested those specific markets to be provided to them. So for that amount, for $300, a participant would receive the image, a title, headline, 25 to 30 words of copy, and a direct link to the partner website. And an example is on the right side. So just to give you some idea of how we would position that. So if you see this as a market for you, if you are specific, like the Todman, I know Sunny's on here, if it's arts and culture that you really want to get to, October would be a great time to do that and get in front of 8,000 people who've subscribed to specifically arts and culture. So that's just one example. So the second example, go ahead, Marley. So this is a little bit new in 2021. We tried to find something that we thought might be just a bit more affordable. So with any VBR newsletter, and it could be for the entire e-newsletter or for an outdoor e-newsletter or a family or what have you, each participant who wants to engage in a local feature for $100 receives a 7 to 8 words of copy and a direct link. So this is brand new this year, trying to make some affordable options for folks and maybe spread their marketing dollars a little bit. All right, Marley. So this would be to the entire opt-in database of over 32,000 people. So a partner can come to us and decide what month makes the most sense for them. And they would receive a header image and a headline title and so on. So they would be featured. So that would be in there, and you could see that it's kind of listed and it goes to the entire database. So this is similar to the niche markets. However, this would be going to the entire list of folks who have signed up to receive information from us. So that's another option as well. Okay, Marley? So then there's the opportunity where you can actually customize your own e-newsletter. So that would go to everyone and it would just be that partner. And for the $800, you choose which month, and it's limited to one partner per month. And then each property would receive the image, the brief description, and the link to the partner website. And this is what you can see as an example here. So this would be one partner's opportunity to be seen and highlighted solely for this customized e-newsletter program. So we also started last year for the first time a featured Instagram story. So you can see our number of followers has really increased. So we're right now close to almost 45,000 followers. So if you wanted to do an Instagram story, this is a great opportunity to get to that audience. And then 350. So it's about the partner receiving the content. So it's on-site photography, up to 5 images. And there's a way to work with our social media team to kind of work through that engagement process. So just wanted to let you know that that option is also out there if you feel that Instagram is a great method for you to get your message out. So then there's the blog post. We've really built on our blog post as well. David Aldridge has really done amazing work with really capturing partners through this content. And we put out a blog usually once or twice a month. This would actually be content that looks very much like it's just, you know, it's not advertising looking. It's not really set up that way. It's very much it says it's, you know, it's great for SEO. It provides long-term. It's going to live on our website for long-term. It shows within the VBR search, and it can drive social media to link. So there's a lot of layers to this, and you know, engaging in this might be another opportunity for something that you want to see as a long-term presence on our website through a blog. So that's another opportunity. And again, my knowledge of this and David's knowledge of this is something we would want to connect the two, just to kind of walk through what this would mean and how this really ties into the multiple layers of visibility. So a couple of things for print. We have a publication that is typically distributed up along the Blue Ridge Parkway, just off the Parkway. And this is called the Blue Ridge Digest. An example of one of those co-op print ads is on the left. So this is another affordable option if you want to be seen by those people who are traveling the Blue Ridge Parkway. What's really interesting is in 2020, the Blue Ridge Parkway was the most visited national park in the entire system, again, for 2020. So we are back at the top as being the most visited park, which is pretty awesome. So we feel like that's a continued interest in 2021. So Lynn is on the call here, and we have the Virginia Business Meeting and Conference Planner that we've always worked with Lynn on for each year, and we really highlight our conference and meeting planning opportunities. And this is an example of an ad that we've done in the past. So we look for some co-op opportunities to really build that message point about conferences and meetings here in this region. And we work through getting you up with the listing. So it's one image, phone and website, and participant description. So again, connect with us and we can connect with Lynn on Virginia Business and this particular piece. So the travel guide, everybody may be familiar with the travel guide. It's the statewide fulfillment piece, having a print distribution of around 500,000, and every page promotes through the listings. This is what we've been seeing as $750 to get each participant receives a free listing, access to leads, and includes a digital guide. And this is available at all welcome centers. It's available here. It's available at all visitor centers. And it's quite popular for the entire Commonwealth as a way to welcome folks to the area. So it's been a great piece over the years as well. So I want to turn it over to Leah so that she can explain some of these additional opportunities through paid advertising programs on visitvbr.com. Again, I can't stress enough that everything we do funnels into visitvbr.com. Everything we do, from the blog post to our social media, everything that we are doing through PR pitches and any kind of external media, it's all going to this website. So we look forward to seeing our numbers go from the 1.3 last year to 1.6 from 2019 and then beyond. So I want to turn it over to Leah so that she can share with you what she's been working with us for many years now, but this is an opportunity for her to kind of share what these opportunities look like.
Thank you so much. That was great information. We've got a little poll to start off, because I'm always interested to know what people are doing with their marketing. So if we can put that poll up, if you're marketing at all online, doesn't matter where, do you feel that it's super targeted, that you're targeting the right consumers, your demographic? And also, if you aren't, how are you getting that information out there, out to the world? So we'll give a few seconds for that poll. And you might see my head go side to side because I have these cool like Star Trek screens. So I've got a couple screens moving things around a little bit. So, or I could be moving a cat. So you might see a tail here and there. I do try to move him, but he does like to make an appearance every once in a while. So great. Someone's actually using a pigeon. I want to talk to you later. I want to connect. I want to know how that works.
I'm going to end it in 3 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Share the results.
Great. And these are results that I would expect, right? Most of us are doing some online. Some of us aren't. Some of us, I don't think so. That's always interesting to me because I think that's really common. So don't feel that you're not in league with others. I get that a lot when I talk to people. Again, I'm super interested in the person with the carrier pigeon because that's amazing to me. Word of mouth is great. That's a great reputation. So this makes sense. This makes sense. And this is one of the reasons that we really want to talk today, because I want to give you some and I'll ramble a little bit. And in fact, my first screen tells me that I'm going to ramble a little bit. And hopefully you come back with a few items. And we're going to talk about some education. So you have a little bit of an idea. We're going to let you know, of course, of what you can do on the website, but we're also going to give you some ideas, regardless if you're doing the website or you're doing any other type of online marketing, what the visitor actually looks like, what a consumer actually looks like. So as they said, I am Leah. I'm from Destination Travel Network. I've been with the organization for about 10 years and started off being a representative and have moved up from there. It's something I'm super passionate about. It's what we do. We work with tourism destinations all throughout the United States and Canada. I've talked to thousands of businesses. I've been able to really connect with people. And in my office that I had, our office has changed, of course, a little bit. I had thank you cards where people would actually thank me for helping them have digital marketing online. And I've been in advertising for 30 years and I've never gotten a thank you card. So this is an amazing group. It's an amazing industry. And so I want to jump right into it. But the first thing I really have to stress, and as you saw with what Catherine and Marley, what they were presenting, why are these programs successful? Like I said, I've been doing it for a really long time. And your destination organization is the key to it. because they're the ones that are working so hard to bring awareness to the area. And by doing everything that they do, we're able to ride that train as a business, as with your listings, all of those things. They're so important because it's such a strong marketing tool. And just to give you an idea, I went incognito and I just did a couple searches, like I did hotels in Roanoke or free things to do, and they show up organically, which we all know is can be challenging. It's hard to get your business organically, but because of the efforts that they've done and because Google trusts them as a source of information, it gives you a great way to be a part of that original search by being a part of this website. So it's really key. And hotels is a really hard one to be a part of because typically, if any of you are with that industry, if you try to do Google keywords, those types of things, they can be costly. So it's a great thing. And then I had to put in here, in fact, I checked it twice. In the last 30 days, those that are actually already participating in the ad program, we served over 1 million impressions last month and sent over 2,600 referral clicks directly to business websites. So any of our program, any of our items that you decide to be a part of, it drives directly to your website. That's exactly what we're trying to do. It can drive to your homepage, it can drive to your booking page, wherever you want it to go. But this is what's really important. So this was last month alone, 30 days. So I did check and it is accurate. So we feel pretty good about it. One of the reasons that these websites work really well, and I know this is a crazy bubble graph, is the fact that it's super trusted. Online trust is everything. I know for me personally, I'll do a search for maybe an item I want to buy, and I will literally go towards websites, even if they cost a little bit more, that I've either worked with before or I trust. And these visit websites are in almost every area. People get used to them, people trust them. When they're searching, they find these first and they're like, oh, this is the obviously what is known. And this makes me laugh a little bit. I was telling them when I was talking to them a couple days ago. So they're trusted more than travel agents, magazines, newspapers, coworker referrals. That's the one that makes me laugh because I don't know who you all are working with, but it's a sad state that we don't trust them. But they are the most trusted are friends and families, destinations, and review sites like TripAdvisor and Yelp. So we're right up there. That's why these are so successful. Half the money I spend on advertising is wasted. The trouble is I don't know which half. Like, I'm sure that resonates because it's kind of hard to know. Sometimes you think something's working, you feel like it's working, you're not positive it's working, but you feel comfortable in it. So, what we're trying to do is help you optimize that and know a little bit more of where your money is actually going. So, this is if any of us have been in sales, there's a sales funnel. This is the visitor funnel. It's very similar. We have awareness, interest, book a trip, in market, and an advocate. And this is when you're marketing where you want to hit people in that funnel. So awareness and interest is specifically a lot of what the destination does, where they're just making the area, hey, come see us. This is something that you can do. That we have all these great things, this great food, these great experiences. And then that draws in interest, which people are starting to do a little bit more research. They're starting to make notes, they're booking trips, they're purchasing tickets, perhaps, those types of things, rooms. Then they're in market and experiencing it. And then they advocate what's happened. They've had great experience and they let them know. So this is the funnel that it goes. And I'm going to go into what that actually means with your media mix and also how to target some of those things with the website itself and with what we do. So we put some general ideas together of what kind of hits these types of things. And you really want to make sure you have a mix, right? You want people to know about you. You want people to be interested in you. You want people to buy from you. You want people to show up at your door, your restaurant, and you want people to tell everybody about it. Like I saw in that poll, people rely on word of mouth. Well, if you don't do some of these things, word of mouth could go away, right? They have to be an advocate for you. So with us in particular, we hit a few different things with the two different items that we have. We have products that actually promote awareness and interest, and then we get into that super targeted, which is book and buy in market experience. And then it's up to you to really push out that great experience, and they advocate for you. So you want to make sure that uh, you are training your staff. Right now is a great time to do it if you have staff, and really talk about from answering the phones, from being a host to hostess, those types of things, that they're really promoting that experience. So I'm going to get into the actual paid content. And actually, that went a little faster than I went to. Sorry, I'm going to go back to here. So with this is just an example. Our paid content, we try to make it look like content. And the reason is people don't like to be sold to. They want to feel that experience. They want to get that content. And so our placements are really pretty native. We really try to make it look and feel like the website. Yes, you will stand out. Yes, you will have some different visibility. However, it doesn't scream ad. And I'll give you an example really quickly of 10 years ago. It was one of my favorite ads on the planet. I think I still have it somewhere. It literally was a motion, and it had like these two fingers that pointed at it, like buy now, buy now. And that was a thing back then, but people don't enjoy that anymore. It's not, they don't want to be sold to. They want to come here and they want to find information. And what our job is to help promote you beyond what your promotion already is, so we can get eyeballs on you faster. And what I was going to say is we have two basic placements. When I talk to our representatives, my staff, I said we can make it super confusing. There's a lot of things in these placements, but we have two. One is a run of sight, which is exactly that. It runs throughout the website. That's that awareness funnel. That's that interest funnel. You're casting out that net. Then we get into page specific placements. Now you're super targeted. Now you're in front of, once they've got interest, once they're doing that, now they're actually funneling down to exactly what you do. And that's what that targets. Users almost never look at anything that looks like an advertisement. It's exactly what I was talking about. And this is a neat study, and it's a heat map is what they call it. But you can kind of see here the boxes in green. Those are actual advertisements. They look like advertisements. They scream advertising. And you can see where the eyeballs are. They're not on the advertising. They're on that content. So that's why it's so important that we really blend with the websites, because people, like I said, they don't really want to be sold to. So now I'm going to get into the actual placements here, to the media kit. I'm just going to show you really quickly. I don't want to run over in time. So this is what our run of site banner looks like. So basically, again, it looks like content on the website. It's great information. It's going to give you a beautiful image. It's going to give you some content. People are going to click on it and they're going to go directly to your website. That's the goal of this. And what a run of site does, again, it's random throughout the entire website. It gives you great visibility. It lets people, it's awareness. Like maybe you're horseback riding and I didn't know that there was horseback riding available in the area, or there's something that you offer that's super unique, or I want to make sure that as people are looking through the website that they know I'm an option when they get to me. It's kind of like running by that billboard. So if you do billboards, it's kind of like that. We've got page sponsorships. They look almost identical because, again, we want it to look really native to that website. However, they're put on one page. Now, keep in mind with that, they're also category specific because you want to get to your target. So we won't have a restaurant be a page sponsorship on a hotel page. And the reason we do that is because nobody likes clickbait. And if this is going to live on a page 24/7 and a consumer's looking for a restaurant, we want to make sure that they find that, not only with the listings or with the content, but also with the page sponsorships. Again, clicks directly to your website. The spotlight is another run of site placement. It's more text driven, runs throughout the entire website. It's really great if you have something that's kind of like that 5-second sales rule, in a sense, like that elevator speech where it's like, hey, we have a fresh fish fry on the weekends, or something really that you can pull out. One of the things I always test people on is think about your business. And if someone called you and if there was a business next door that was just like yours, why would I choose you? There's always something special about what you do, about your property, about your business, about your location, those types of things. So that's great for a spotlight. And again, it runs throughout the entire website. People click on it, they go to yours. Featured listings are fantastic. They're kind of our backbone. That's one of the reasons why we're offering the 2 months as an incentive to give it a try. They're fantastic because what it does is it draws you out of the crowd a little bit. It makes you be one of those top choices. You're featured, and people are going to want to click on that because it says featured. But it also just gives you, think of Google, it puts you in that top of that search. So when I go to that hotels page, I could see the Holiday Inn right away. And, they potentially are going to be one of the first items that I look at, first businesses. Then mobile banners. Mobile banners have been hit and miss as far as what people think about them over the years. More so than ever, people are online. People are in the area. They're looking for food right away. They're looking for an activity right away. These are fantastic. It's run of sight on a mobile device, tablets as well, typically. And they float at the bottom so they don't interfere with anything. And it's always relative to the destination and to tourism. So you won't see like a Kraft macaroni and cheese banner there. It's not that kind of banner. And again, they click on it and they're going to go directly to your website. So if you start to think about your demographic, who you're trying to target and how they find you, that's when you start to look at these things like, hey, I know that mobile's really big on my website. And so a mobile banner might be for you because that's the demographic that you're trying to hit. So that's a quick rundown of that. So I'm going to go back to this. I'm going to be wrapping this up here soon. Whether or not you do advertising with the website or anything that you do, think about your consumer, visitor, whatever that may be. And you want to make sure that what your story you're telling is relevant to them, that they can picture themselves experiencing what you're offering. People are more visual than ever. I cannot stress enough how important it is. And to go back to what Marley was talking about with listings and getting into the extranet, go in there and make those photos beautiful, make them dynamic, make your information relative. You just need to really focus on those experiences and how people see you. And it's something that you can control, which is fantastic because a lot of things are out of our control right now. And this is something that you can actually control. So you in your photography, you want to make people happily engaging and you want to make it relatable. You want to highlight maybe an experience, like, you've got kayaking and maybe you do lots of different things on the water, but you really want to focus on kayaking. Make sure that your proposition to the visitor is the headline. And again, talk about an experience. People want to know, if I experience your service, what does that look like? What does that feel like? Super important. And then really quickly, let's say you do join up with us, like you want to be a part of the program. That's great. What ends up happening is we have a support staff that's there. So if you ever want to change creative or if you have questions, they're there to help you through that. It's direct email. They'll respond to you, and they help even put together initial ads as well. So you supply some photos and some content, and we put it all together for you and make it live. And then you have access to the DTN portal. The really great thing about it, it's the same login that you would use for your extranet. So you don't have to remember another name and password. And you can go in and you can see reporting. What is my ad even doing? The thing I like about the reporting, and I'll talk about it really quickly, is the graphs. So there's more to this than just looking at and saying like, oh, my mobile banner did this. This also lets you know the traffic that's going on with the ads. And my guess is that's the market in general. Most markets have a high months and low months. Like October was a fantastic month because of those fall colors. Maybe December is not quite as a high trafficked month. So it lets you know what you want to do with your marketing. What do you want to focus on? What do you want to push out there? Like, hey, in January, if 50 people are looking, I want to make sure those 50 people see me. I don't want to pull back my advertising because I want to be part of that because there's less people in the area. Or, wow, July is fantastic. I want to make sure that I am everywhere in July because I want to book every tour that I have. So it gives you a lot of really cool information other than just even what you're doing online with us, but that's accessible to you. And so the next steps that I'm giving you guys all homework on is examine your media mix. Think about your marketing. Think about what you've got going on. Are you hitting those targets that you want to target? Are you getting the awareness funnel? Are you getting some targeted? What are you doing in that funnel to get the engagement and visitor? We want to make sure you're not wasting your money. Don't waste advertising. Really look at what you're spending, create that killer content, and then monitor your data. There's lots of ways to do it. I highly recommend Google. They do great analytics. You can get all kinds of data from that. You might think your demographic is something that it really isn't. Like it's eye-opening for me. And things have changed a lot in the last year. So before we get to questions, this is where Marley's going to take over with one of the most colorful things I've ever seen. And we are going to draw for a featured listing for 2 months. So take it away, Marley.
All right, here I go. All I do is click it and it spins and it picks a winner. So let's do it. Who's it gonna be? And if they're not on the call, then of course they do not get to claim it. Sam Patel, are you on the call? Hello. In the chat, maybe.
I'm looking for Sam. I don't see Sam.
Okay, let's do it again. Forward move. Ted McAllister, are you on the call? Put it in the chat.
Marley, I don't see him. I don't see that he came here. I know we had 65 people register, and I think we have about 40 people here. So we might have to spin a couple of times.
Third time's a charm. I can feel it.
This is Marley's.
I'm with you, Alex. I see the fingers crossed. I see the fingers crossed.
Oh, it says Ted is here. Wait, it
Oh,
says.
Ted is here?
Ted is here? Okay.
Okay, from Trinity Tree Farm. Okay, so thank you. So
Okay.
something in the chat. We didn't see the name specifically. Okay, gotcha. All right, Trinity Tree Farm. Okay, so I think we're all set then.
Yes.
So, yep. So thank you, Marley, for setting that up. That was very unique and unique to that. So that's awesome. But congratulations.
It was awesome.
We'll make sure that Leah, you get contact information.
You bet.
And thank you so much for that offer. And want to give Leah thanks to Leah for being here today. She is not on Eastern Standard Time. What time is it there, Leah?
Right now we are coming up on 7 a.m.
7 a.m. So thanks for being with us today. Really appreciate it. But more importantly, I think Leah and Marley and I want to thank each of you for being a part of today's presentation. It has not been an easy time for anyone through this pandemic, and there's been a lot of change in many of our worlds in a lot of ways. And you know, having the co-op marketing opportunities is a little bit hard for us to prompt. I know for many people who are on extremely limited, if any, marketing budget. But we want you to know that we still have opportunities to showcase you through a variety of ways to keep us informed. And then we wanted to give you a number of opportunities to connect on other levels. We've just been getting some folks who've been coming to us looking for unique ways to enhance their presence. So we wanted to do that for you today. So thank you for sticking with us, and always we're here if we can help you with any resources. So a couple of key takeaways from today's presentation. Again, thanking each of you for being here, is please take a look at often and always on your listings on Visit VBR, because it provides you an opportunity to introduce your business to new potential visitors and customers from outside the region. And then make sure your upcoming events are on Visit VBR. We're really starting to get a good number of events starting to appear, from, gosh, the Dogwood Festival to Party in the Park, to concerts that are starting to appear again, local colors, just some great events that are happening, and we're excited to see them come back, and maybe in a very different way, but be available to visitors who are able to take part in those events. And keep your updated listings, and images are everything. I'm very visual, so it really does make a difference. I know Leah pointed that out, and in a lot of ways, that is such an important part of your presence. And using the partner extranet, you have that opportunity to make those updates as often as you like. And then tag at Visit VBR on social media, because we're always looking for new content, and that's how we can track you. And it just helps, again, to build that positioning. And then schedule a call or Zoom to review these co-op opportunities, and we'll walk you through the agreement form, and also with Leah's help, she can walk you through more specifically as it relates to what your interests are in getting a stronger presence on our website or our mobile banner. Prior to the pandemic, the mobile banner, there was a waiting list. So that's obviously when you start looking at the percentage of people who come and view our information, that's another great opportunity. I wanted to also say, save the date. Our next partner presentation is going to be in regards to our public relations strategy. So how is the team, Taylor Spellman, how is she taking your creative, what you're doing, what story ideas, what new developments you have to pitch to media. So this is incredibly helpful, as she can only get new story ideas out there unless with your help. So that's incredibly important. She's going to tell you how she works with media, bloggers. She's hosting writers here with the Society of American Travel Writers this summer. So there's a lot of opportunity to work collaboratively with our public relations team. I think that's incredibly important. So Tuesday, May 18th at 10 a.m. Save the date. And we hope that many of you will be back for that overview and presentation as well. And then last slide, Marley. So this is how you can, this is kind of our information. Leah's got her, her information as well here. Know that you can reach out to us. Again, we want to do our part in trying to help you. This has been, a time that we all need each other to get through certainly what this pandemic has presented. And, to be very honest with you, our summer travel, we know people are going to be excited about traveling, and then some people aren't. So we're going to be here trying to continue to work through those needs. Our outdoors are still an incredible amenity for our region. And we have a very less, our population is very not, densely populated at all. So this is, we're just in a great position to be able to host visitors to our area. So we hope that we can be here along with you to provide the information as well. And I think what I like to do is maybe Marley, you and Aki, you can help me here. Wanted to make sure that we're covering all the questions that are in the chat. And again, put any of your questions in the chat. And Marley, let's go ahead and go to gallery view if we could. Thank you. So again, it's great to have everybody here today. I think one of the first questions Dolores asked was, did your marketing target Instagram and YouTube, or was this organic growth? It was organic. I'm almost 100% sure that it was organic in nature, because we paused all marketing. Our budget was cut in half. Our staff was cut down by 4 or 5 people. So most everything was pretty much relayed in an organic way. So we're just pleased that people were finding our content relevant and following us. I think this might be for Leah. Can we get slides to see the grid or the funnel better? So just wanted to make sure if that's possible. Great. Okay, so that sounds good.
Absolutely.
And then again, we're going to connect with Ted. And then let's see, we've got, thanks very much, Sunny. We appreciate your support. And thanks, Betsy. Thanks, Alan. Can't wait for May 11th. I don't know if you popped off, but May 11th is opening day for the Salem Red Sox. Excited for that. And I know that Alex was with here, or Alex with Star Hill was here. I think that's Alex. So then there's Alex North as well. So we appreciate your support. We can't do what we're doing without you. And I know you hear that a lot. And, we want to get past these Zoom meetings, because what we do is in person. It's just what we do. It's tourism. It's what tourism is all about. It's about going into our retail businesses. It's about going and staying in this area and experiencing all that this area has to offer. So, so really appreciate everybody and thank everybody for your great comments. Kat from Farmagasa, you're just an amazing driver for restaurants and for the area. Appreciate everything that's happening in your support. So thanks, Jocelyn. It's always a pleasure. Thank you so much for being with us today. And everyone for being here today. Appreciate it. And there's more to come. April just came in. I know that we've got lots going on with mountain biking. And Danny, it's great to see you on as well. I know I see you a lot with the Salem Roanoke Chamber meetings, but it's great to see you too from Lamar. So thank you. Oh, I'm sorry, from Blue Ridge Beverage. Sorry, from Blue Ridge Beverage. So it's great to have you here. And Maggie. So thanks to everybody. Thanks for your time this morning. It's really a pleasure and honor to have you here with us today. Please reach out to us. We will follow up with an email with all of this information where you can take it, hopefully what we think will be to the next level. And we're happy to help engage and customize your needs to really starting to focus in on how you can attract more visitors to you. So that's our presentation today. Again, thank you, Marley. This recording, thanks for Marley's help. Thanks for Leah today. And again, looking forward to